Do you know how many cybercrime ransomware groups there are out there in the whole world? I have this list, but this doesn't even scratch the surface of what could possibly be out there, and it's not even counting the ones that have shut down or rebranded. These are the criminal groups that hack into computer networks for businesses or companies and organizations and encrypt all the computers, their file systems, their hard drive, and their data, and they steal and suck up the data and then publish it online, especially in the dark web. And think about what kind of damage that can do to a company, right? There's like confidential, maybe intellectual property in there, personal identifiable information or PII for customers, employee records, health information. It could be so much stuff. And the hackers will set a timer demanding that the victim pays them however much money in Bitcoin or whatever cryptocurrency, or else they will publish their data out on the internet and make it available to everyone. They hold their data, their technology, and their business for ransom. So let's do something wild. Let's go hunting for ransomware leaks. I'm inside of Flare, and if you haven't heard of Flare before, if you aren't familiar with it, it is one awesome and incredible tool to help you manage your cyber threat exposure, right? Your attack surface, trying to see what information is already out and available on the open internet or in the underground dark web. You can create these identifiers for your name, your domain name, like your website, all these things for your business, your company, and your organization, and that way you can get alerted and notified when something might pop out in the dark web or in Telegram chats or on marketplaces, all this illicit stuff. They have so many sources for all the information that they're kind of sucking up and putting in one place. And you can see it's always collecting new events, and there is just so much that it could be anywhere. This is all for defense, by the way. This is so that you can know what the adversary is up to, what information they have, so that you can then go fix it, go make changes, go take that down, or respond to it the way that you can. And I know it gets especially dicey when you have an alert, hey, your information is included in a ransomware leak from Conti, or from Lockbit, or for AlpV, or Black Cat, or Black Basta, or Avos Locker, or Ragnar Locker, and so many of these ransomware groups. So what I'm going to do is toggle the filter here to actually remove lookalike domains or leaked credentials or even stuff in the open web that Flare might be able to search through. And I'll actually just kind of filter this and narrow it down so we're only looking at ransomware leaks. I'll hit apply, and this is recent. Oh, holy crap. Okay, we already have results, just stuff that has my name in it. This is from Hammond Lumber. Oh no, that's a real business, and Lockbit. The craziest thing is that Flare can just straight up show you like some of the files that are accessible and downloadable in that published leak. Look at this, 162,000 files. Let me zoom out here because I think some of the file names are getting truncated. But what, these are, invoice polls, maybe some statements. What are these? Scroll out. Yeah, okay, statements.xlsx. So like Excel files, data that could be included in this. And I don't like even seeing this. Look, this is from April, so I don't feel like too weird about showcasing that because it's a real victim, right? These are from 2022. These are from 2021. And hey, before we get too far down the rabbit hole here, please just let me say, like, obviously, hey, this is for educational purposes. This is for research. This is just trying to see what is out there. And I'm not going to be advocating for or endorsing in whatever way, just kind of doing these dumpster dives. Hey, looking through like leaks and data breaches out from ransomware incidents. I know, and I am going to acknowledge at the very least that some companies do that, like genuinely for the understanding and maybe research for reporters or for media and journalists that are trying to understand the impact of an attack or an incident. Look, if you can kind of go validate and verify what data is there and maybe find things that weren't actually reported on and doesn't tell the whole story, hey, there's more to uncover here, that is super valuable. And it might be really worth going to dig into some of these ransomware leaks. If anything, I want to show the sheer size and scale of attacks like this and how crazy it is that this is just running rampant and we see ransomware incidents all the time. However, I do want to be very careful as to not showcase any like current and recent ransomware victims. Like if I go ahead and toggle this for, I don't know, the range, or if I search for anything in a global sense, you could actually do some pretty wild and weird stuff because when you're searching in global, they actually tell you, hey, this is actually using the Lucene query syntax. So you can do some regular expression stuff. The Lucene search syntax lets you do a whole lot of stuff. Like you could, hey, use some wildcards, do some fuzzy searches, maybe some ranges or and not and sort of Boolean operations to do some logic in the query. But the wildcard one is a little bit wild for us because we could actually just straight up search for an asterisk and get every single result. So we're gonna have to blur some stuff out here because I know we're gonna get current results. But if I just enter the star or the asterisk and we search for all the recent ransomware incidents, oh my goodness. Okay, this is September 12th. This is August. This is, look, the last 30 days, and we've already got 37,000 results. Can we please blur a lot of this? Hey, editor, can you make sure that we blur just about all of, but look at this data, 32,000 files. You can click into the content and you can see the actual post for that victim, and that'll tell you a little bit more about it. And you could go to the summary page. It'll actually give you the link and even the deadline that the ransomware group set for, hey, when they are demanding payment from this victim. So we could actually just go to this URL in the Tor underground dark web here. And I'm going to be inside of Tails Linux to showcase this. You could be using Unix or however you really want to spin up your Tor browsing experience. But hey, let's go ahead and go visit this and see what that ransomware group might have been up to. So this is Lockbit. They have an interesting like anti-DDoS protection that'll like, hey, let you sit and wait at their homepage for a little bit while it just loads all this craziness. Files are published for that victim. Oh my gosh, they put a preview for some of these. I'm going to click into them. The like internal documents, everything that they were kind of communicating back and forth. Is this a deposit? Yeah, that's for money. There's a check. This looks like files just listing on their computer with an Explorer. This is a spreadsheet, calculating some money. It looks like payroll, other income, net revenue, stuff like that, client costs. This is like straight up medical documents. It says confidential right here. That is a person's passport. Oh my, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't want to be here. Please let me leave. Get me out of here. They give you a straight up like file explorer. Hey, this was probably a victim computer like host name. You can click into it and then there's the C drive. Okay. So it was like stolen, exfiltrated everything from that device. You can check out the users here. Okay. Just administrator. Thank you, Lee. No actual usernames right now. Their desktop. Was this just like a local admin? I don't know how much we'll like have here. Horror. Victim name. Oh my goodness. All right, we're getting away from that because I don't want to have to deal with all of that stuff to redact and obscure. But look, you can go ahead and download all the files here, 37 gigs or whatever, and the whole file tree. Like if you want to, hey, kind of filter through and see for what you might be interested in. Look, freaking Lockbit says, hey, we've been working since September 3rd, 2019. Like a little counter for how long they've been in business here, web security and bug bounty. Okay, guys. That's still just messed up. I'm going to go ahead and toggle the date range here because, again, I don't want anything that I want to avoid stuff that is very, very recent or could just be like real, genuine companies that are affected and currently dealing with this incident. Okay, I set this filter to May, so there's a significant amount of time. Hey, like over 3 months for that repair and remediation. Here's a ransomware leak on Snatch as a ransomware group. Oh, there's a whole like listing of the people, like the team members that were persons responsible for data leakage. Can Flair see the leaked files in the listing here? Yeah. Holy cow. Holy crap. Look at this. Daily revenue. Every single file for every single day and their income. Oh, KPI, key performance indicators, crap like that. Cash forecast. Look at this. It's crazy to me that you can go ahead and like request this though. Can you like straight up do that? Due to its sensitive nature, the feature to download ransomware files must be activated on your account. Please contact the admin. Okay. I really appreciate and respect that because like that I understand the weird balancing act on that, and you should too. Let me go look at Snatch. I don't think I've seen their ransomware page before. I'm trying to see if I can get this to load. Oh, yeah. Let's go back to the homepage here. So this is the homepage for the Snatch ransomware group, and I've purposefully zoomed in like crazy far so you can't see the listing of all of the current and real-time real victims right now. But here's a wild thing. Hey, insurance companies like cyber insurance, in case you see your client in this list, contact us. You'll get full access gaining a report of the company. This will totally convince you that the poor judgment of the IT department leads to an insured event. Since many companies have turned attacks on them into a profitable insurance business, we're starting to publish reports on breaches in the security systems of those who are mentioned in our blog. What? Your presence at this page means that we have obtained your sensitive information, and in case of your silence and refuse to bear responsibility, all this data will be published no matter how important and confidential it is. Snatch is screwed up. And you can straight up search for a company. You can search for, hey, whoever happened to be compromised and see if it's in their database. What the heck? This is a result from another ransomware group, Meta Encryptor for Canada. Canada's largest independently owned CG animation, computer graphic animations. Revenue $410 million. Hey, gentle reminder, I'm not trying to sensationalize this or glorify or, I don't know, embolden a lot of the cybercrime stuff. Again, this is just to pull back the curtain and show you how this stuff really looks. Flare can give you like an AI assist for context in case there are some posts or Telegram chats or forums and marketplaces that are in a different language, like Russian or languages that I don't understand. And that way it'll at least sort of help translate and kind of get a greater context as to what is really happening in that post. So let's see if I can get anything from this. This post is from a ransomware group known as Meta Encryptor, and it's a name and shame site where the group publicly shares information about the victims. This post specifically targets that. Post includes details about the company, such as its location, number of employees, and the different teams working there. Ransomware data leaks have become a common tactic used by cyber criminals to increase their leverage and pressure victims into paying the ransom. Okay, yep, yeah. We know. Thanks, ChatGPT. How does Meta Encryptor look? Let me go see if I can load that page. What the heck, Meta Encryptor team? We are a group of young people who identify themselves as specialists in the field of network security with at least 15 years of experience. Young people. Let me make sure it's clear. A whole lot of the cyber criminals, and especially the ones that are making the news, are young people, like teenagers. Like, you know, lapsus, right? Just a bunch of like silly kiddos. They're APTs, as in advanced persistent teenagers, as a stupid joke I like to make to just make light of it the best I can. This blog and the work are only commercial use. We have nothing to do with politics, intelligence agencies, and the NSB. If you're a hunter of other people's data and you download files or wait until the time expires for others, then the files will be available here. Again, acknowledging there are folks and there are organizations, there are companies that will collect and pillage and go through a lot of these data breaches and their leaks. And like, look, Have I Been Pwned is a great example. It's like, hey, trying to track down, okay, the victim information to know the size, scale, and sheer severity. If you have any personal suggestions, we're ready to consider them. Contact us on the contacts page. What? Subscribe to RSS, add us to your favorites, visit us more often. What is this? Does read more take us to anything like actually worthwhile, or is it just victim dipping? No, it doesn't look like it does anything. So here's the thing, sketchy line here, like I can scroll down and show you these victims. I'm trying to showcase the ones that are old, again, months ago, years ago, and you'll just see how this all comes to life, like sales, revenue, like, okay, how much data they exfiltrated, and you can see the chat logs with these. Do they retain that? So that page didn't return anything, but if you aren't aware, the ransomware sort of negotiation between the victim and the hackers is just genuinely through chat, like, hey, instant messenger. And in some cases, those can just sort of like be out and about in public. Here's some Medium article that showcases some of it. Yeah, here's a copy and paste script that Conti, the ransomware gang, would use. Here's some from Revil. That's the group that did the Kaseya VSA ransomware incident. That was a big one. I like to showcase some of these for like educational sake, because in a lot of the cases, like the ransomware operators, the hackers themselves will give you like a walkthrough and an explanation of how they broke into the network. And they can tell you like, hey, we dumped Mimikatz here because of W-Digest crap in the registry. You had some password scripts like available in network shares, blah, blah, blah. And they'll like give you their own explanation so that you could go fix stuff for the future, which is really weird. And those are the things that you should probably go dig into before an incident like this happens and stuff hits the fan. Here's some other ransomware entries. Akira ransomware has been running rampant the past couple of days that I've been tracking things. And they were giving us a run for our money over at $day job for me. I think we can go check it out. Akira is the one that does like this old school, like retro terminal look, right? Let's go check out their dark web onion leak site. Oh, potential security risk. Yeah, okay. Look, it's ransomware. I already know that stuff's pretty whack, okay? This is like a JSON dump of all the recent victims. This is an API? Okay, I'm scrolling down because I don't want to look at the recent stuff. I want old things. This is like the preview and like the feed, whatever, for their actual postings of the announced victims when they got compromised and the description that you see for whatever post. It being like a straight up RSS feed or API is still just like a gross feeling. Okay, so here's their homepage. Like, here is Akira, and again, like the elite hacker, I don't know, cyberpunk theme and styling. Hey, well, you're here. It means you've suffered from a cyber incident. Think of our action as an unscheduled forced audit of your network for vulnerabilities. A free pen test. If you just pay the fair price, you can make it all go away. Don't rush to assess what's happening. We did it to you. The best thing you can do is follow our instructions. If you cooperate with us, you'll minimize the damage that can be done to your business, your organization, your lifeblood, everything that you've been working towards. Those who choose a different path will be shamed here publicly. Remember, you are unable to recover data without our help. Your data is already gone and can't be traced to the place of the final storage, nor deleted by anyone else other than us. Such a horrible feeling. But like, yeah, you can type on the command line. You get this leet sort of, I don't know, clear the screen. Let me ls pwd, haha. That just kind of like pisses me off. Alf V. They have made quite a mess, especially just recently for the MGM resorts, like the Las Vegas casinos. And here are some of the leaked files. Okay, no, looks like they don't have anything present in this, in that listing, but we could go ahead and go to that URL and you could take a look at what Black Cat or Alf V has been up to. Well, the page is loading. I've talked a lot about Alf V before because they do some pretty... Oh, come on. Get these victims out of my face. All right, I went to their collections page, which is the one that you could search through, and this is the one that you can literally just, hey, look for whatever you want across all of the past victims. But I was saying, hey, Alf V has done some innovative, in air quote, stuff, because look, their ransomware is written in Rust, which is kind of wild, harder to analyze, and, you know, just modern and hipster hackers. And I don't know, the fact that you can just search through all of the collections, and I think they've even, no, it might have been Clop. It was Clop during Move It that was putting stuff on, like, ClearNet. And you could just download stuff from the open internet where Google would straight up index it, not through Tor, not through the dark web, not through these hidden services. So it's crazy. Vice Society is another one that has a sort of like weird branding or a certain, I don't know, image to themselves. If you actually go kind of dig into their stuff, they look like this weird like Grand Theft Auto sort of styling and of their arts and their graphics from all the cybercrime that they do. Like, look at this. It's just like filth. Ransomware Vice Society for journalists, for victims. Hey, here, check us out. You can go to our onion links. Here's our email and messaging if you want to get to the blog of all the recent victims, or if you wanted to have some of the communication for negotiation, let us know how much Bitcoin you're going to give us, or like journalists, reporters that want to talk. This is kind of wild. Hey, there are many journalists asking questions about us and our attacks. If you're a journalist and you want to ask some questions, you can go ahead and write us. Hey, tell us who you are. Where are you from? Are you going to publish our answers? We'll try to answer everyone in 24 hours. And here is the frequently asked questions for the Vice Society ransomware group. Some old articles about us use GTA logo, so we decided to use it too. Kicking around since January 21. They don't do affiliates. And I'm not sure if you're familiar with affiliates, but I think we've talked about that a lot. A lot of ransomware groups and cybercrime syndicates, right, basically just want to make money. Money is the motive. And however they can do that, however they can get that, however they can sort of accomplish their mission the fastest way possible, then they are cool with that. They want the path of least resistance and are motivated by opportunity. If they can cast a wide net and still, I don't know, make a whole lot of money with it, they'll do it. So they oftentimes partner with these initial access brokers or wholesale access markets where things can already have a foot in the door, like have already compromised and gained an entry point into a network. And then the ransomware operators will just, hey, climb in, jump into the party, and then do what they do, encrypt all the file systems, steal data, and do that havoc. Because of that partnership, though, with the initial access brokers or their affiliates, folks that might even carry out other ransomware operations and just, I don't know, make more damage done, then they can get a certain payout or cut of the money that was received. It's an affiliate program. How did you decide to team up and start a dedicated ransomware group? How was Vice Society born? I don't know, just a couple of friends who were interested in pen testing. We decided to try it. We just got bored. Ugh. We don't care about laws. If someone doesn't pay or contact us, we're going to publish their documents. We publish everything. We don't answer questions like, what country or region of the world are you from? Hey, is there any other incriminating information you could give us so we could help determine your location and put you behind bars? How old are you? Are you in fact one of those little kidlets, like a little 12-year-old, 13-year-old teenager? What do you use for initial access? Tell us your tradecraft and TCPs. I'm sorry. You gotta laugh. You gotta find those moments when this is all just messed up. And hey, on that note, the last ransomware group that I kind of want to just put in the spotlight here, did some like really effed up stuff. And I want to make that aware for us kind of diving into that next section. So I just wanted to give you that forewarning if for whatever reason you're not cool with it. But I just wanted to add the extra emphasis and foot stomp that's, hey, this is a little bit more of a gut punch and heart-wrenching thing that we're about to chat about. There is usually like a certain kind of code of conduct or like a weird cyber criminal code of conduct and sportsmanship and ethics for these illegal illicit hackers. But some groups just don't do that, and they don't have a shred of humanity with them. This Beyond Leon showcased some medical technology company that develops hearing solutions, and they have a couple of leaks here. The leak files doesn't include anything, but you could see, hey, maybe the organization that could be affected, and we'll go visit their website. We're gonna have to blur this out because I don't think Beyond Leon has like a page or an About Us section that does whatever like chest thumpy braggadocio. Oh, we're pen testers. We do bug bounty for the greater good or any of that crap. They just list up the victims. Here you can see they're listing the name of the president and CEO of the company and their phone number and email and personal email and the revenue, right? 2 terabytes of data. So the reason I have such a bone to pick with this one and why I'm just a little bit more peeved than usual is because previously, and there was some reporting and some other intel out from VX Underground, which I'm sure a lot of folks keep track of online, but they had ransomed Save the Children, a nonprofit group that was the first to liberate a lot of children from the World War II concentration camps. And they have some of the pictures there, and it's just messed up. There's not a whole lot more to say on that, and I don't want to pretend like I have the right words or could articulate them in any of the right way. But I hope that shows the gravitas, the severity, again, the sheer size and scale of ransomware groups and ransomware incidents and leaks and stuff like this, and how your data can be published and exposed and out there on the open internet and in the dark web, and especially, hey, maybe a high value target for a lot of ransomware actors. But look, I hope that this can still offer, I don't know, some insight behind the scenes, pull back the curtain, see how this thing really looks, see all the good, bad, and ugly, and a lot of the ugly. If anything, I hope this motivates us to, I don't know, just have a reminder is like, look, when you're doing cybersecurity work, when you're, I don't know, doing incident response, when you're fighting threat actors and malware and trying to be part of this, that is why we fight. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed. Take a look at Flare. They're doing incredible stuff. Link in the video description, and I'll see you in the next one.